It's a beautiful color, Jack, and the skin looks crisp, but not too much so.
Yes, and it smells real good, just out of the oven.
And I notice as you're carving the white meat that it all stays together.
Yes, yes. You know, when the chicken has been frozen, sometimes it tends to break apart, but this was a nice, fresh chicken.
That looks good and it smells so delicious.
I agree with you.
Tender and perfect.
Yes. I can't wait to eat it.
A well-roasted chicken is the sign of a really fine cook.
Even among professionals.
That's true.
Here, taste it.
That looks awfully good. We're going to show you how to do it today. Good.
Happy cooking.
Bon appetit. We're going to do whole chicken today. We're going to do one whole roast chicken 2 ways, and then we're going to do another one that's butterflied. And Jack has to prepare a little stuffing.
I'm doing a little stuffing just under the skin, so I'm very simple. I'm putting some shallots here. Do you want to help me cut some shallots?
Sure.
And some herbs, so just to stuff it under the skin, and of course you don't have to do that. On the other hand, you can vary it. You can have chopped mushroom. It flavors the meat, you know?
Yeah.
It's a bit more elegant. I think that'd be plenty here. I have about a good half a cup of shallots. We are going to put some savory with it. It's part of the herb de Provence, the savory, you know?
It has a very aromatic flavor. You don't want too much, do you?
About a tablespoon of the fresh one. Then I'll add some parsley. You know, I have the flat parsley here.
The flat has a little more flavor, but it's not as pretty as for the decoration, is it?
It's different, yes. I mean, some swear by one or the other. Are you going to stuff yours with anything?
Well, I'm going to have to put mine a little lemon in it. On the whole, it's going to be rather pristine.
Oh, good. So I put a little bit of ground pepper in it, a dash of salt. I don't really want to cook it long, you know, frankly. I just want to soften the shallot, you know, so that I can...
Notice the way he has the handle for frying pan. He's jerking it. He's not doing this, he's jerking it, and it turns over beautifully.
There is a sway there, so there is a kind of elliptical motion, you know, with this. And that's about it. I'm going to put it on that plate here so that it cool off a little bit so I can stuff my chicken with it, other flavorings. So I let it cool off, and while this is cooling off,
I'll do my chicken.
We're going to work on your chicken. Good.
I'm going to make mine very simple, and we have to remember salmonella, etc. So when you're going to prepare any kind of raw chicken, you want to be sure it's on a surface that you're going to thoroughly wash with soap and water. When you're through, you have to make sure that all of your instruments are going to wash also.
Yes.
And I've also washed this chicken. I have washed it with hot water. And if we take in
I don't wash my chicken.
And he doesn't wash his. I think in France, they're not as worried about things as we are they?
Well, I live in Connecticut, pretty far from France.
Well, that's right.
But what happened is that I feel it's going to go in a 425-degree oven for like an hour or so. And at that point, if the bacteria are still living, they deserve to live, you know?
I'm taking out the wishbone.
The wishbone, okay.
So that it makes the breast easier to carve. If you have any children who like wishbones, too bad for them, I guess, or take more time getting it out. I think it makes the breast much easier to carve.
That's it. Good. So those chicken are about close to 4 pounds, huh?
Yes, they are.
You want to leave the fat in it or take it out?
I'll take it out. When you stuff your chicken, you could use some of that under the skin, couldn't you?
The 2 lumps of fat like this. Well, sometimes I use it in pate, you know.
I want to put a little salt and pepper in mine. And I've got some fresh sage. I'm going to put that in.
Good.
And a bit of lemon. The idea of lemon, I think that came to me through Marcella Hazan, the Italian cook.
She put lemon in it.
She puts lemon in it.
I'll cut some slice for you if you want.
That'll be fine. And then squeeze it a little bit.
And you put that
I'm
inside?
just going to put that inside. Then, I'm going to get these nubbins off.
That's the classic way.
Wings akimbo.
That's it.
That goes underneath there. And then I'm going to give it a butter massage.
Oh ho.
This is very good for it. Makes it feel...
Very, very good for the skin.
It makes it feel as though you're really paying attention to it.
Yeah. And you are
Comforting.
paying real attention to it. Good.
And now a little salt all over it. Then I just want to tie those legs together.
Yeah. That's it, just like this, that's it.
Yeah, as long as that'll really hold.
That's it.
I have a rack here. These, I think, are available in most places, aren't
Yeah,
they?
those are nice because it gives you a nice heat transfer of heat from the side to all over, so it's brown on each side. That's a nice way of kind of self-basting
And then another thing is I'm going to put this in shallow pan. With this kind of thing, because it's not going to turn, I don't think you want to use high sides like that because the bottom and the sides won't brown.
Yes, that's a good point.
And that's just going to go and sit in the roasting pan. Jacques, I forgot I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice on.
Oh, lemon juice on top of it, good.
I think that helps it brown, too.
I still have my chicken to do, right? Here we are, and it's about the same weight. I'm removing the fat also. And I also going to remove the wishbone, that triangular piece right here. Sometimes the skin of the neck is too much. And that triangle here, I'm doing just as you did, cutting on one side, cutting on the other side, then after prying it out, you know. This one is broken. I can feel it now, it's broken right in the center. I have one piece on this side, one piece on the other side, and you have to be careful because when it's broken like that, the end is pointed. You know, the end is very pointed and you can puncture your finger. If it's not broken, if it's a try, you can pry it out like that and down. But again, here it really helps in the carving. On mine here, I'm going to cut the wing. So here, I want to bring this together, and for me, I'm going to stuff it a little bit under the skin. One of the best way maybe is to get a bowl, something like that I can sit the chicken in, so that I can actually, underneath here, you know, put my stuffing, mostly under the breast. First, what I should have done is really run my finger here.
It's very easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it just works that way.
It just works. Get it loose like that. There is a little bit of fiber, but as you can see, I can really put my hand all around the breast.
It looks so funny seeing the hand go right through there, doesn't it?
We put it there this way, and now I can stuff it in there with this. You're going to keep it open for me like this?
I will.
So I actually just...
Then that will be between the skin and the flesh.
Between the skin and the flesh,
it
yes.
smells good. The shallot is so nice with it.
If I cook a chicken often at home, I may not do it. If I have a guest coming, then you want to make it a bit fancier, and that's one way of doing it, and make it a little bit different. Okay. Not too messy this way. Then I get it out again. Bring the skin on the back, you know, so that to keep that stuffing in, and kind of massage the stuffing a little bit, you know, bring it down on the breast like this. Bring my leg together, and I like when I truss it to start this way, you know.
Start backwards.
Yes. It's a nice way of trussing it.
Now, and the trussing is really... in this truss, you can turn the chicken. You don't need to worry about
Right.
the truss coming off. So
And what you
watch
don't
very
want, there is many
carefully,
trussing where they put the string on top of the breast. It should not be on top of the breast. So
'cause
I go
it'll show.
underneath. I bring the leg here. Now, all you go underneath, you do this. So you cross it above, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go under the drumstick to do like
that
an
really
eight.
holds
an
it,
eight figure.
yes.
And then you can close it.
That's very
And then you
good.
bring it around and just attach it. In that case here, what happened, I cut the wing, remember? Otherwise, I can anchor
yes.
it behind the wing, but there I anchor it behind the neck because
Well,
I
that's
remove the
because
wing.
that's what you need, isn't it?
Yes,
It's an
and like
anchorage.
that keep the skin together also there, you know?
That's wonderful. Those are the secrets, I think, of having those anchor places
Yeah.
there and there.
So at that point, you see, it is nice because the breast is up and it's secure in place. I can move it around. So
Une
what I-
belle poitrine.
Une belle poitrine. So I'm going to put a bit of salt for me, here, there, and that's it. I don't put anything else on top.
Good.
I know you. Or since I'm putting it directly on the tray, I may put like a half a teaspoon of butter just there because I want to start it on the side, you know? Brown it on the side, turn it on the other side, and eventually finish on the back. Okay, so let's put it in the oven. Good. And that should cook about 425 degrees for like 15 minutes. Then we reduce the heat.
And then finish it off at 350, and it'll take, because my chicken was almost 4 pounds, that'll take almost 2 hours.
Yes.
And with 2 chickens in the oven, that
Yeah.
takes even a little bit longer.
So, shall we start on the other chicken?
All right.
Okay. So here we're going to do a larger chicken, even. I mean, this is a
This is
roaster,
a
right?
almost a 5-pounder.
This is, yeah, I think it's like 5.5 pounds, actually. You know,
And
so
what
it's
we're
pretty-
going to do this, we're going to butterfly it and broil roast it, because this would take about 2.5 hours roasted, and if you butterfly, it takes half the time.
Yes.
So first you're going to take out the backbone.
Yes, I'm going to take the wishbone also
Yeah.
on that one. You know? And I'll see if this one is broken. Check it on each side. No, it's not broken, so I can really pry out with my thumb and then put my thumb in the back of it and break it up.
And you have the whole thing. Good.
See, this is that piece here, which is actually, as I say, really in the way when you carve. So, we're going to I remove the end of it here. All that we keep for our stock, of course, which is good. And I'm going to cut also the end of the drumstick here. So this way.
Is that for better presentation?
Yes, it has, I think, a better presentation this way. What happened here, the chicken will shrink a little bit, you know, as it cooked and make like a little ham. And what we want to remove now is the strip of bone in the back. So,
that will give you plenty of room to make a nice sauce.
yes.
And with a big, heavy knife, you can have your supermarket do this for you. They can just take the bone out with their big buzz saw.
Exactly, yes. Or you can use...
But it's useful to learn how to do it yourself, I
Sure.
think. And cutting it very close to the bones, you don't lose any
Yeah,
meat.
you don't lose. And that you use for stock anyway. So at that point here, we cut it a little bit the bone here so we can spread it out. Good. Another
That's a good idea, cutting it that way.
Yeah, and another thing I like to do here, you see the leg here? I want to cut. You can see here, this is the drum. You know, the drumstick and the thigh. This is the place where it never really get cooked enough. So I cut it up and
That's a,
little
good
bit
idea.
here.
Yes,
just in the joint here, a little bit like this, so the it start there.
that's
you
a
know?
good idea.
And I do actually the same thing here, cutting a little bit of the joint here and of the joint.
And it makes carving
Here.
easier, too.
Yes.
That's a very good idea.
So, what we do now, pre-cook it a little bit, right?
Well, what I like to do is to season and butter that and brown this side under the broiler,
Under
and
the
then
broiler.
turn it over and finish it roasting.
Okay,
it's
so
a
we-
broiled roast.
We did exactly that because I knew you wanted to do that. So we have one which said 10 minutes under the broiler
Good.
this way.
Well, are you going to put a spice rub on
And then
it
I'm going to do a spice rub on
afterwards?
top.
I see.
Yes. Yes.
No, we have one that's already browned.
So this is exactly the same. it has been 10 minutes under the broiler. So it's basically raw, but...
It's just because it's going to roast on the other side, on the
Yes.
skin side.
And I like to use one of those little coffee grinder, you know, a spice grinder. This is mustard seed, you know. Mustard seed, I'm putting a little bit of caraway seed, some herbe de Provence.
That dry herb mixture, what does that have? Rosemary and thyme.
Exactly. And a bit of paprika. A little dash of cayenne. That's it. This is black pepper. And I'll put my salt in there. I may as well put all the seasoning that I need. And this is great. I mean, that little machine does the whole thing in seconds, you know? So we have to
I'm going to move away all that pepper I can hear.
Yeah, the cayenne, you know?
Yeah.
So we put a little bit on this side. Ooh, I can feel it too. Then, as you can see, it's still raw, you know? You can, of course, do it without any of the seasoning, yeah? And now it's going to go in the oven. I put the butterfly chicken in the other oven. Now I'm going to check the first one. Look at that here. As you can see, oh, yours is beautiful. Now mine here has brown on one side, and as you can see, you know, it's beautifully brown. And with the stuffing here, now I put it on the other side. I like to cook it on one side, the other side, and only the 10 minutes on the back, you know, so that the juice stay in the breast. And now, of course, it was at 425. I'm going to reduce the temperature to about 350, 375.
Now, to look at these two, this is the one that really wasn't trussed at all. The legs have come apart and it doesn't look very elegant.
No, I think it looked good. You see,
yes.
If I press in it like that, I don't know if the camera can, and if you press and you see the juice, it should be nice and clear.
We want to show how do we know that the chicken is done?
Yes, when it's nice and clear this way, or also even when you pour the juice out of it and the juice is clear, you don't have any blood in it.
Yes, if it's rosy, it just isn't done.
It needs a little more,
and also, I think you feel the legs.
Yes, the leg here. First, I'm going to remove this one here, to remove that rack.
Then if you sit it in a plate and there's some rosy juices that fall in the plate, it's definitely not quite done. So you're going to carve that one.
Yes, so what I'm going to do is to put this one there and maybe start to carve it and start the juice.
And we have this lovely juice going to make a great sauce.
What we want to do to start with is to remove as much fat as we can from the top here, just to keep the clear fat and keep just the natural juice underneath. I know when I was an apprentice and even at home, in France we use the chicken fat to sauté potato or other type of thing, the clear fat like that.
Sensible people here do the same thing. It's not only the French who are clever.
I know. See, I do that now. Now here, the beautiful crystallization of the juice, which is a glass here. You want to deglaze that with a bit of vermouth?
I think very often white wine is a little acid. We can put in more if we want.
You want a bit of chicken stock too?
So we put a tiny bit of that in. And all these brown bits, that's where the wonderful flavor is.
But we want to have all of that melting, right?
Yes, and I think we'll put in a little bit of shallot too.
So while this is cooking, you look at that. Shall I carve the chicken during that time?
Yes, let's.
Okay. First, don't forget to remove the string. And in that case here...
No, I think that's a definite indication that there's no pink in there.
Yes. And this, at that point here, I will probably cut, there is a joint here, I cut in the joint, cut a piece of the breast, and lift up that piece of the breast directly off here.
And there's a warm platter.
Good. This side. Again, you cut the breast and break it open at the joint and pull it. Remove it. I can see now, you can see here all of the stuffing that I had in my chicken. I will again cut at the joint to remove the other breast, or part of the breast. Here it is. And then now we have the whole front here. I actually love the bone, you know. If I have a choice, I'll eat the bone, you know, with a salad. What I want to do here is to take the brochet, that is the white, all the white part out of it. I just hold it with my knife and pull it out. That's also an indication if the chicken is really good, it's going to slide out of here. Okay, and then you can pull this out. Basically, all you have here is your carcass, you know. What we are going to do is to serve that roast chicken, and maybe we'll arrange the salad. We have some beautiful lettuce leaf here.
Now, Jacques, I'm going to show you the juices.
The juice, we have beautiful juice here. And we want to do a little bit of vinaigrette, you know. I want to use a little bit of the fat of the chicken with the vinaigrette. So here we are, just plain beautiful Boston lettuce for the vinaigrette, the garlic, salt, pepper, you know. I have a little bit of, you want to give me a little bit of vinegar?
There's a little vinegar.
Okay, this is a red wine vinegar. A little bit of mustard. And I put the fat, you know, that I have from the chicken again from the top. A little bit of that and a little bit of the olive oil. That bring all those tastes together, you know.
Well, that should be very nice. I think putting a little of the meat juice in is a very good idea.
Yeah, and we sprinkle some of the juice on top, you know. So, the two breasts.
That looks very nice.
And the large breast extra there.
You could serve 6 people with this.
You could serve 6 people with that on a large chicken like this one.
4, yeah.
I would frankly finish outside on my salad. I should have maybe put it before I put my chicken
No,
on top.
they like it that way. I think that's very nice.
And certainly, a little bit of that juice sprinkled on top. And I mean, look at dark and beautiful juice. You think it's eatable?
I would think so. I could eat all of it right now.
Okay. And now we have that other one here. And shall I cut that one?
That in there.
This one is darker. You know, in color, it's really a large chicken. I mean, look at the size of that chicken. It's very thick. So you can probably carve, you know, pieces of breast like this. I have really large pieces of breast because this is the mother of all chicken, right? I would probably cut also that thigh in 2 because it is pretty large, you know. That chicken would serve easy 8 people, you know,
at least.
I think.
Okay, 8 to 10.
So maybe I'll
put it all on. That's a good
transfer
idea,
it
yeah.
here like this. We are going to serve some watercress with that, right? Would go very well with it. You have a bunch of watercress. I love the watercress also when you have some of the juice on top of it.
And I really think just the natural juices enhanced a little bit the way you did it. They're just delicious because it's pure chicken. And when you've got a lovely chicken like this, I don't really like it mucked up with a lot of sauce and stuff. Just that makes for perfect roast chicken, and I think it's not difficult if you just pay attention to it and make sure that you get a good chicken and make sure that you haven't over or undercooked it, and then carve it with style.
Yes.
And I think we shall say, bon appetit.
And happy cooking.
A presentation of KQED San Francisco.